What is going on, guys? Ryan from Livin Salty here. Today we are fishing 45 miles off of Jacksonville, Florida in the Wahoo Shootout tournament in search of some giant wahoo. Today we are fishing on a Bluewater 2850 with the guys from the Southern Fortune Fishing Tournament here. We'll introduce them real quick for you guys. We have Matt.
What's up, guys?
Owner of the fishing tournament.
You.
We got
Joe.
Captain Joe. Travis. Say what's up.
What's up, Al?
And we got the man, Fish Slayer Chris.
What's up?
That is our crew for today, and let me tell y'all, we get into some crazy stuff. You're gonna wanna stay tuned. Let's take it back to this morning when we started today's adventure. Live one right here on Stinger. That is a stringer right there.
28 Bluewater.
Heck yeah,
Woo!
that's what I'm talking about.
Woo!
So this morning of fishing started off really early. I mean, I don't mind getting up early to go fishing, but this was really early. Good morning. It is, I don't even know if you can call it morning, but definitely the earliest I've ever gotten up to fish. So 2:13 a.m. and we are heading offshore today out of St. Augustine, Florida. We're planning on running about 45 miles offshore in search of some wahoo, as we're fishing in the Wahoo Shootout contest today, and really looking forward to it. We got a group of guys that really know what they're doing out here, and looking forward to just being a sponge today, observing and learning as much as I can and taking you guys along with me. So let's get moving here this morning. So we ended up pushing off the dock at about 4 in the morning and ran 45 miles off the coast in pitch black.
You guys ready or what?
We got to see an absolutely beautiful sunrise, which is really just extra special when you're out on the water. So when we made it to the fishing grounds, the plan was to drop some sabiki rigs and throw some shiny lures to try to catch some live bait, as we're going to be doing a lot of slow trolling live bait today.
Yeah, they're on the surface behind the boat. Look behind the boat.
Oh yeah, right over there. We're loaded with bait.
Try. The water.
Go, going out.
Go.
Chris, you gotta
So about 45 miles out now off Jacksonville. We got the whole crew, Southern Fortune, out here fishing with us. And we are on their Bluewater 2850. Out here, look how many other boats we got out here. There's supposedly a hot wahoo bite. So we're out here sabiking up some bonita right now. We're on the surface. Gonna be slow trolling some live baits today. Now we saw hundreds and hundreds of these little bonitas about this big here that day, all around the area, and we are putting them in these things called tuna tubes. Now these tubes will flush a ton and ton of salt water past the gills of the bonita. If you try to keep bonita in traditional live wells, they're just not gonna live. Nice little bonita.
You got the tubes on? Yeah, they're on, but we're putting it back on. Oh, this is the big one I got right now. Yeah, put it back on.
Dang.
I got you here.
So we're dehooking the bonita here and putting in tuna tubes to keep those bonita alive. Little rig set up in the live well. So go head first into those tubes, the water flushes up through their gills, keeps those baits alive. Rigging up a live one right here on the stinger rig.
Bait out.
So we're gonna be slow trolling out our 2 rods over here. Both of them have bonita, little bonita, probably about this big or so. On stinger rigs, which is wire with a J hook and 2 treble hooks. We're just gonna slow troll it around this area. Since there's bait around, saw some big splashes around, so fingers crossed for a big fish soon. So not long into slow trolling live baits, we hear one of the drags start screaming.
Run. Run.
Here we go.
That's it. Come on.
Oh, sailfish, keep going.
After a couple seconds of fighting this fish, Captain Joe up in the second station was able to identify that it was a sailfish.
Go, pull them off.
I got them all.
I think it's hilarious hearing Captain Joe up at the second station yelling down to get that shit off as soon as he saw it was a sailfish. I know me and Senior Salty would have loved to land a sailfish like that, but when you're fishing a Wahoo tournament, you got one thing on your mind, and that's Wahoo. In the midst of that chaos there, Chris just hooked up into a sailfish, which we are fishing a Wahoo tournament. So getting those sailfish off as soon as possible is definitely the priority for today, which is crazy to think because me and Senior Salt would love to hook up into a sailfish, but not the target species today. That is a stringer right there.
That's how you catch stringers of bonita. I don't need to fish for them anymore now.
At around 9 a.m., we noticed something strange going on with one of our baits. One of our bonitas kind of swam all the way back up to the boat, which is definitely not ordinary. And Captain looked back and saw some commotion up in our spread.
Yeah, he's still on it. He's still on it. See him? Yeah, no, I don't see him right now. Let that line out. He was on it.
That's why this thing ran to the boat.
Like, I'm out of here.
Just put it on.
And the next thing you know, we got a Wahoo line.
Hit that fish. God, buddy. He's tight. He's tight. I'm tight. I'm not burning yet. Go forward. Keep going forward.
I'm good. Chris, get out the way. Get that line out the water, buddy.
Now at this point, the tensions were pretty high. And you gotta think, we're fishing a tournament and the grand prize is valued over $100,000. So there's a lot on the line.
Hey, we're gonna save your bonita, Chris. Chris, all right?
I know, but you're gonna leave that. You gotta get the gaff ready, guys.
Yeah, no, we're good.
Put the lines out the water.
Chris, save your bonita, all right? I'm killing this one.
Woo! Woo!
He's on the surface right there. I see him. Keep reeling. Go towards him. Go towards him. Yeah, it's ready. Try to get him on this side for me, Joe. I got you right here.
Woo! Oh!
Yeah, we know that.
Wahoo in the boat.
Hell yeah!
Yeah! Let's go.
There's one.
Woo! So we stick the fish and successfully swing him over the side of the boat. You might notice not everybody was hollering and screaming and everything. And that's because this fish was only about 25-30 pounds, which these guys on the boat all knew that that was not going to end up winning in the tournament. Now these fish can get over 100 pounds, and you're really going to need one of those monsters to get you up in the spot to be a contender for winning this really competitive tournament. Massive, beautiful Wahoo.
Woo!
I don't know, they don't seem too impressed, but I am still. Look at them stripes. Yeah. Oh yeah. How big do you think, Chris?
Probably about 25 pounds.
25 pounds, Jesus, I don't even want to see what, I do want to see a bigger one looks like, but damn. Whew. Beautiful. Beautiful fish.
We got a Bluewater logo.
Yeah, right? That's the money fish right there, right?
That's That's it.
Sweet.
Oh, he just jumped
Hell yeah.
in.
That's crazy that that thing is 25 pounds. What the hell?
Dude, we're trying to get 100.
I know, but like, God dang. Hey, Matt, what kind of boat we catch that on?
28 Bluewater.
Heck yeah,
Woo!
that's what I'm talking about.
Woo!
So at this point, we were probably a good couple hours without having a bite. The bait weren't biting, the wahoo weren't biting. Kind of seemed like we were just at the wrong place at the wrong time, which we like to call the midday lulls.
Oh, got a fish on. It ain't him though.
At around 3 p.m., we had something weird again going on with our lines, and this time it appeared we got a fish on.
Very weird.
Fight him like it's a wahoo, dude.
He's up high.
You know he's out nasty. There's no more.
Yeah.
There, right there.
Right here.
Is it a shark? Oh no.
This fish did not take off like a traditional wahoo. I mean, everybody on the boat pretty much had their doubts that this was not going to be their targeted fish.
That's the top, you know?
I like it. Go to the front. Like watching. Yeah.
Put the gap together?
I would.
Chris, talk.
I'm
not sure what this is.
I don't know what it is.
It's staying up top.
One of the most important things you can do in a situation like this is to treat the fish like it's your target species, because you never know what's on the other end of that line.
It's him.
All the lines in the back of the boat, guys.
We get the call from Captain Joe up in the second station. He says, it's him, it's a wahoo. All right, confirmed wahoo on.
He's not big. He's like the last one we saw. I don't really think he knows what's going on. It ain't no shark, that's for sure.
No, that's what I said. It wasn't.
Could be a king though. Nah, it ain't no king. It's too purple. He got no colors going.
Yeah, I was trying to lift it. Fall on. So really cool. I was down to the everywhere. I got the top.
Hooked up.
He looks a little bigger. He looks a little bigger. That's a Oh yeah, he's bigger.
It's right there.
You got color? Hey, that ain't a bad fish.
This is.
Woo! Here we go.
Shit, son.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's it, baby.
Woo!
Right there.
On the Bluewater, 2850, baby. Nice freaking
Good
fish.
shit right there,
Nice.
boy.
Hell yeah. Captain, nice job. We stick the fish, swing it over the rail, and that is our second wahoo for the day. Spirits were a little higher on this one because unexpectedly, this seemed to be a bigger fish.
Hell yeah! Let me get a high five.
Oh, close.
And that was no run, dog. No run.
So I said it was fighting a little
Hey,
weird.
hold on, Chris. Give me the picture real quick.
Look at that beauty. How big we saying, Chris?
Go with
Watch that one in the engine right there.
40?
40.
Nice. Heck
Hold
yeah.
that for a second. Put it in your mouth.
I mean, what an absolute beautiful fish this is. Heck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's a tournament fish right there. Phew. So this Bluewater 2850 is actually equipped with a full second station up here on the top. Super sick. Look at the height advantage you get on the water. If you guys watch my boat walkthrough videos, I always talk about having a second station on a boat and how much of an advantage it actually gives you. And it really just shows when you're actually out here on the water. I mean, Captain was able to see all the bait from way further than we can. He could see all the other boats, what's going on. I mean, it really just gives you a really big advantage being up here. And before going in, the guys wanted to try out a new mud and snapper fishing spot. And let me tell you guys, there are some giants around this area. And within seconds, they had me on my first fish.
Keep going. Even if it doesn't go, yeah. Come on, buddy. Net or no? Bad guys are showing up. Come on. Come on.
We got this giant fish all the way up to the surface just to get sharked right when we reached our leader. What a shame. Oh my god. Oh. Damn. Whew. That was in 1 minute, pretty much exactly. Holy crap. That's a fish.
Let's get out of the rod holder. Let's get out of the rod holder.
I can't get out of the rod holder.
We all ended up taking some shots trying to get these fish past these sharks, but man, were they brutal today.
Oh my god. What is it, a gag? AJ though?
AJ?
Yeah.
Chicken fish?
I got a spot right up the leg.
Hammerjack? The old hammerjack.
AJ.
Nice little donkey though.
The size of that hook.
Dang.
You trying to catch it?
We ended up pulling up a pretty nice amberjack, but it seems like that's all that was on the reef that day. Cranking.
Come on, Travis.
For the Bluewater photo.
They fight just like us too. They fight hard.
Oh my god. No way. Queen triggerfish. Dang. Hey, you never know what you're gonna pull up from down below.
Oh, where's that
That
pink?
is a monster. Queen trigger. Unfortunately, no snappers made into the box this day, but now we got a 65-mile run ahead of us on the Bluewater 2850, which might I add, ran absolutely beautiful through the chop, super comfortable. I even got a nice nap in. It's worth mentioning that the Southern Fortune guys went out a couple weeks later without me for their second day of the tournament, ended up getting on 3 beautiful fish, including a 75-pounder, which is their biggest, and put them, I believe, as of right now, in 9th place in this tournament. Huge congrats to those guys. That is a fish of a lifetime. Absolutely killing it out there. Now we are back in the kitchen for the cooking portion of today's video. Before we get started, we need to give a huge shout out to the Southern Fortune fishing guys over there and Bluewater boats. Bluewater Boats was the one that actually set up this trip, and it was really cool to be able to go out on the 2850 model. You guys have seen me check it out in the past, and it was really cool to actually get out on the water and see how it performs in the environment that it was designed for. So thank you, Bluewater, for setting up this trip, and thank you to the Southern Fortune guys for having me out. I had an absolute blast, and the footage is absolutely epic. And first time I ever seen a Wahoo in my hands in person, so that was really, really cool. And we have to do a cooking portion today because of how just amazing this fish is to eat and how sought after it is. Everybody down here in South Florida and all of Florida, all they want to do is go out and catch some Wahoo. It's a great sashimi fish, sushi fish, raw, cooked, whatever you do, it is absolutely beautiful. So we got our fillets up here for you. This is going to be one fillet. We are going to be prepping this fish a couple different ways because I want to try it cooked, I want to try it raw, and all that kind of stuff. So first, we're going to be doing the nigiri style, which is going to be like a sushi. So it's going to have rice on the bottom, fish on top. Then we're gonna do a sesame seared. So it's gonna be sesame seeds on the outside. We're gonna sear it for a couple seconds on each side, and it's gonna be like a medium rare, so it'll be raw in the middle and cooked around the outside. And then we are finally going to finish it off with blackened, lightly blackened, so that way we can still really taste the fish, but see what it tastes like cooked all the way through. We're gonna serve all this with rice and asparagus. So we are going to start by thinly slicing this fish. Just like so. Look how nice and paper thin that is. A beautiful slice of fish. And we're going to end up serving that right over the rice. While we're waiting for our rice to cool down a bit, the Salty fam there wanted to try the Wahoo sashimi style, which is completely raw. Just a little bit of wasabi we have here and a little soy sauce. So I'll be the first guinea pig here. I've never ate a fish that I've caught raw before. So got our nice little piece of Wahoo. We'll dunk it in some soy sauce. Cheers. Tastes like sushi. No fishy taste at all. You know, I was kind of scared because whenever you're filleting a fish, all you could smell is like fish. But that doesn't translate to the taste of it. And it's really soft and really good. Actually, that was really delicious. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little afraid. I won't lie, I was a little afraid of how it was gonna taste. But I gotta get the Salty fam to try this. Maybe somebody wants to try it on camera. That was actually really good. All right, Senior Salty volunteered completely willingly to try this on camera. Senior Salty going in. Go light on the wasabi.
That I know.
What do we think?
It is very good. It kind of just melts in your mouth.
Right?
It really
That's
does.
what I thought.
Yeah. You're going to be really surprised how that you will actually like this Mama Salty.
It doesn't taste like fishy or fish or anything, right? It just tastes like kind of like literally. I always heard people say it melts in your mouth, and I always thought it was an exaggeration.
Nope.
But it's like sweet and literally melts.
Yep, 100%. It just melted right in your mouth. It was very good.
Awesome. So Mama Salty and I are starting the prep for our nigiri here, and it's just gonna be boiling some sticky rice. We're making kind of just little ovals out of it. Kind of put it on our plate there. Not the prettiest, the first time we've made nigiri here.
Mama Salty, push him out of the way and just finish the job, would you please?
I feel like I'm screwing it up every time I touch it.
Yeah, you pretty much are.
Don't overwork it.
Don't overthink it, you'll be fine.
So we're just going ahead and laying our Wahoo right on top of the rice. Look how perfect that's looking. The Wahoo fillets match the rice size nicely. And boy, does that look absolutely delicious. Something you'd see at a sushi restaurant right here, right in the Salty kitchen. So we have our sushi sitting in the fridge, cooling down a bit. And while we are waiting for that to cool down, we're gonna keep prepping our fish. So next up is going to be our seared Wahoo. So we have a couple nice fillets, nice in the circular, big thick fillets of Wahoo. And we have a big old plate of some sesame seeds. Before we actually dredge our fish in the sesame seeds. We're just seasoning lightly with some salt and pepper. Take our big old chunk of wahoo. This is just dried, no oil or anything on it. And we're just gonna sit here and push it into the sesame seeds. We have a nicely coated piece of wahoo with sesame seeds ready to be seared. For our last preparation, we're gonna have the blackened wahoo. We're gonna be cooking pretty much all the way through. Like I said, just to get a feel for the consistency and the taste of this fish. Kind of can give us an idea and compare it to other fish that we cook all the way through. So let's start by seasoning some salt and pepper. So we're just gonna go ahead and lightly blacken this fish with some Zatarain's blackened seasoning. There's both of our beautiful fillets ready to go. Probably about 4 or so minutes on each side, maybe 5. These are a little thicker fillets. And I think our oil is getting up to temperature here, almost ready to start searing that wahoo. That's 1, 2, and 3. Take a look at that. Looks delicious. Mama Salty's going ahead and taking off some of the blackened fish. This is all ready. We want to make sure we don't overcook them. And this is looking like it's pretty much done. Look at how great that sesame seared wahoo looks. I'm really impressed. Nice little golden brown crusting on the outside. It's gonna be hopefully nice and rare on the inside. Take a look at that. Whew. This might be the one I'm most excited for, to be honest. Time to cut open the moment of truth. Let's see, it's a nice medium rare. A little bit more cooked through than I would have liked. Dang, that's a little disappointing, but that means we left it on for just a little too long. All right, we have all of our fish prepared from most rare to most cooked. So starting off, we have the Nigiri style sushi with a little bit of soy sauce and wasabi. We have the sesame seared wahoo, which I wish was a little bit more rare in the middle, but first time doing seared wahoo or seared any fish. So live and you learn. We do have to do one more thing to our seared wahoo though. And that is gonna be drizzling just a little bit of ponzu sauce on there. It's like a soy citrus. This is gonna give it a little bit extra flavor. Just like that, not too much, because we wanna enjoy the taste of the wahoo. Finally, we have our blackened wahoo, something more traditional like you would do with a lot of other fish, like grouper and snapper and all that kind of good stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and dig in, starting with our most rare fish, the sushi. And dip in a little bit of soy sauce. Oh man, that's good. Like you saw before, we tried sashimi style already, so we kind of knew what it was going to taste like, but coming together all like that, I mean, that is straight out of something you get at a sushi place. I mean, that is absolutely delicious and really hard to beat. But let's see if the sesame sear can beat it. So this is a good example of our sesame seared tuna. You have a nice little crusting of the sesames on the outside. It's a little bit rare in the middle still. We have a little bit of ponzu sauce. We're eating it just like this. Cheers. That's really good too. Nice tasting with a little bit of rare, cooler meat on the inside. That's really good. Last but not least, let's go with our blackened. Hunk of our blackened fish here. I mean, absolutely delicious. One of the best tasting blackened fish you can have right there. 3 completely different styles of making and preparing wahoo. Like I said, these are one of the most sought after fish here in South Florida for this reason. They're such a high quality fish, you can do whatever you want. Eat it straight off the fillet table or cook it all the way through. Either way, it's absolutely amazing. And I'm truly shocked at how good it actually is in person. My first time ever trying wahoo. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's adventure. Again, big shout out. Thank you to Bluewater for setting this up. Thank you for Southern Fortune for taking me out fishing. It was an absolute blast and a trip of a lifetime. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you guys hit the like button. Definitely consider subscribing down below. I'm gonna go ahead and link another video on the left side of the screen. It's gonna be another offshore fishing video. Maybe not as good as today's, but it is gonna be a lot of fun. You guys should check that out next. Thank you so much again for watching. Until our next adventure, remember to keep living salty.